your shit, then I'm busting your lip. I am a vibe, I'm a wavy little bitch. Fuck what you think, bitch, your hair look like shit. What's poppin', cloud babies? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dream, and I'm back again with another video. Today, everybody's been waiting on part 2. I got my ass sent to America from Spain. So, we're gonna be getting right into that. But first things first, I already brushed my teeth and washed my face. I laid right back the fuck down, and I just been in the bed procrastinating for I don't even know how long, replying to y'all's DMs and replying to y'all's comments. Y'all really just encouraged me to do this part 2 because everybody wants to hear part 2. So I was like, bitch, get the fuck up and do that shit, or don't get the fuck up. This is the pros of you working for yourself. You could be in a bed doing this shit, and if you want to do it, you can do it too. Just get to it. Consistency is key, and hard work outdoes talent all the time. So yeah, I am fucking starving. It's like 12 something. I already had cereal. I don't want no more cereal. So what we finna go do is prepare something for lunch. Oh my god. So while that's fixing, I completely look disgusting today. I feel like I've been looking disgusting on all of my YouTube videos, but y'all love me anyways, and y'all love to watch these story times. So first things first, bitch, I need to eat. It's finna spill, it's finna spill, it's finna spill. Whatever. I tell y'all I like those lasagna ravioli things that come in a can. And bitch, that's what I feel like eating, huh? Start. Don't forget your water. So look, my mom told me straight up, you are gonna be given 3 more days to rectify and to make sure that you're doing the right thing. If you decide to fuck up within these 3 next days, it's over for you, bitches. Over for you. Like, you're gonna go finito, adios, hasta luego, y nos vemos. Otro día, otro tiempo. She basically was saying that she would send me with my dad, like, if I dead ass fucked up within those 3 days. And bitch, as I said previously in part 1, I definitely fucked up. There was this one day within those 3 days. I don't know if it was the first, second, or last day. I don't remember which day I fucked up. But I went to the mall, right? Me and my friends caught the bus to the mall. Stealing was something that we were already used to. Like, we had this in a bag. We had this down pat. We were able to do it anywhere, any place, any bitch, any store. But there was this one specific store that nobody has ever gotten away with stealing, right? It was a very hard store because, and it was huge. It was inside the mall. It was called Primark. For my Spanish people, y'all know what the fuck I'm telling about. Well, actually, that's in Spain, in Europe. I don't know if that store is anywhere else here in America or in one of them places. So basically, it was 3 of my friends and my sister. So 3 of my friends, my sister, and I. It was 5 of us in total. My sister wasn't really with all that fuck shit, but she would just hang with us. Like, she was a part of the clique, the fuck. She was always with us. But so we decided to enter, bitch, that one store that nobody's able to get out of successfully when they steal. And we thought that, bitch, we were it. Like, y'all just dumb. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all don't know how to do it. Honestly, I wouldn't have got caught if my friend would have just listened the fuck to me. But she didn't. She didn't. So I got caught. But listen. It's a 2-story store. We walk in. We scouting out the whole thing. We went upstairs and looked at shit. We went downstairs and looked at shit. And how we did it, we was real slick and smooth. Like, I want y'all to understand this. Oh God, we've never got caught. But there's a first time for everything, so don't get fooled, don't get fooled, don't get fooled. Even though we all walked in together, we knew how sketch it would look like for us to walk together all across that store with each other, because it just looks sketch, like, oh, a whole group of young girls, like, and they're all so we just started scattering, right? Everybody goes their own separate way, you know, it's scouting for their own shit, whatever, cool. I think I'm gonna get Jimmy John's later. So after like what, 10-15 minutes of everybody being scattered, I decided to go downstairs or whatever, and I see one of my friends, and I go by this little area where there's like sunglasses, like shades. So one of my friends literally walks over to me, and she posts us up on the right side of me. I remember her position because the position actually mattered. And I was telling her, like, as I was looking at these glasses, I'm like, you know, oh yeah, like, I want these. These are the ones. I think I'm finna take these right here. So she's like, what, these right here? And she decides to get the sunglasses, bitch, put them in my bag. Now, mind you, we all had, like, purses. Like, we literally all had purses. They weren't too big or too small because, bitch, when you if young girls carry big ass purses, like, and they all go into the mall, like, you don't want people to think the obvious, like, bitch, they came here to steal. Decides to put the glasses that I picked out in my purse, and I'm telling her, I'm like, no, take that shit out, because look up to your left. Look up to your left. Like, and literally, it was a camera right there. I had already peeped the whole thing out. My plan was to get the glasses and, you know, put them in a little baggy basket that they be having at the malls. You know what I'm talking about. Like at Victoria's Secret, for instance, I had one of them. And I was like, yeah, I just wanted to put them in here and then put clothes on top of it or whatever. And then towards the end, as I'm walking around the store, bitch, then grab the shades slickly and, bitch, put them in my bag. That was my plan. But this hoe fucked the whole equation up. Like, nobody even asked her to do that. And she's like, no, you good, you good, you good. And I'm telling her, like, no, I think you need to take these the fuck out. And since nobody had came up to me already in the past 5 minutes, I'm like, well, I mean, this camera is dead staring at us and nothing ain't happened yet. Nobody has came to me. Nobody has said anything to me. Nobody said anything in the intercom about go check out, nothing. So I'm thinking I'm cool. I'm like, well, fuck, there's so many people in here, they probably not even paying attention to that camera. Wrong. You know, about 5 more minutes later, we all kind of ready to go, whatever. So we all met up. And we are getting ready to, bitch, walk out that one store into the rest of the mall. Continue doing the shit that we did. Stupid bitches, because as we're walking out that fucking store, literally security decides to stop us. Excuse me, ma'am. And they were speaking specifically to me. And I just keep walking. I'm like, nobody looked back. I'm like saying it. As we're all walking, we were all smart. Like, nobody looked back when he said, excuse me. We just all kept walking. I'm telling them, like, just keep walking and walk fast. Like, bro, just walk. Like, if you have to run at this point. But no, because we was far as fuck from the exit. And it just wasn't going to be worth it if we ran. So I'm just saying, like, walk fast. Nobody looks back, whatever. They say it again. Excuse me, ma'am. Like, they say it louder. And now we're already outside of the store. He's walking behind us outside of the store. I'm like, fuck. So as you know, I have to turn around, bitch. And so I turn around and of course, bitch, yes, it was security and they were talking to me. We just seen what y'all did from the camera. So y'all can either A, pay for it and leave and nothing happens, or B, we're gonna have to take you into this little room and we're gonna have to call the police and they're gonna have to take you. So at that instance, they decided to take us into the room or whatever, because I was saying that I didn't have anything and my friends were saying that they didn't have anything, but my friends all had something and I had something too. So as we're inside that little room, it's like literally a secluded room inside of the store, like where it was just 2 of the securities and then my friends, me and my friends. Actually, as we were walking, I forgot to tell y'all this part. Inside the store and the security was saying, excuse me. My sister was on the phone with my mom. So my mom heard the excuse me twice, whatever. And she had asked my sister, like, what's going on? And my sister didn't say anything. She was obviously lying. She wasn't going to say, like, what the fuck was going on. But my mom is a mom and clearly she knew when the fuck her daughter was lying. And my sister just instantly hung up. Like, we don't hang up on my mom. Like, now back to the room. As I'm in the room with my friends and shit, and the security, they make us empty our shit out. And so we empty it out. And so they actually seen that it wasn't just me, it was them too. And we all had something. So they was like, yeah, if y'all pay for it, y'all straight and y'all can go home. Fucking right. We paid for it and we were good to go. I'm like, yeah, like, never again in this store. In this store. I said never again. Not just in any store, just in this store. I was just going in the head. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me as a kid. Bitch. So look at how God works. Look at how God knew I needed a change and knew I needed to come to America. Because as me and my friends are walking out, my aunt, so my mom's sister, happened to be in the same store walking around or whatever. And she seen the whole thing go down. Now, she's very Christian, very goes to church. She don't believe in none of that shit. She don't believe that I should even be outside by myself at 14, catching a bus, going to the mall with my friends. She don't believe in anything. She seen that, and clearly she waited till we walked outside of the little room or whatever. And I'm thinking I'm Gucci, I'm straight. We were all about to go eat. We were finna go home after that. And we just finna live the rest of our lives. I was wrong. I was very wrong. That's not how it happened. I go out to the surprise of my aunt being there. When I tell y'all she was pissed, I mean, her and my mom really reached the same anger levels or whatever. It's just that she can't touch me because she's my aunt. Like, fuck. She was just pissed. She was pissed. Like, she instantly called my mom and told her everything that literally just happened. Like, how I was stealing, how I just had to go pay for this shit, how my friends that I'm hanging out with are not good friends and are not good influences, and how they were stealing too. And she's just going on and ranting and saying how, like, look at the shit that I'm doing at 14, da da da. He instantly takes me and my sister away. He's like, no, y'all not catching a bus and going home with them. Y'all actually about to ride in my car because my aunt did have a car. She made me and my sister come with her, like, instantly. No eating, no nothing. Like, it was just, bitch, we're going to the car. And as we're going to the car, she's pissed. Like, she is talking out the side of her neck. Like, I'm just like, damn. How the fuck did I just get caught by her? Like, this was all so simple. Like, I could have just... My whole life is flashing before my eyes because I'm, like, remembering how my mom said I only had 3 days to rectify and get my shit together and not do anything fucked up. And, bitch, I did something fucked up. This means I'm going to America, which I was believing, but I wasn't at this point. But as we get outside or whatever in front of my aunt's car, she decides to take the shades away from me. She's like, oh, for some fucking shades. And she throws them on the floor and she fucking stomps on them, like, hard as fuck, destroys them. She's like, see? Materialistic. Like, she was just making points left and right that I understand now, but back then I was just like, fuck. Like, all I was worried about is I don't want to go live with my dad. I don't want to go live with my dad. It's not because my dad is bad or anything. I love my dad to death. But my whole life was in Spain. Like, understand that. Like, there's school year since little. I did school there since little. I had my friends there since I was little. Like, I'll be ripped out of my whole fucking life into a new one. I didn't want all that. So she dropped me and my sister off at our house, and she actually comes upstairs and explains to my mom the whole story one more time, but in person. She had already told the story on the phone, but she explained it to her, like, exactly how it went down in person. Mama's just listening. She's like, oh, yeah? And she's just looking at me and looking at my aunt and looking at me. So my aunt leaves, bitch. She actually didn't even spaz on me how I thought she was. She didn't whoop my ass how I thought she was gonna do. She didn't do anything that I thought, bitch. She did the one thing that I would have never imagined in my fucking life instead. She picks up her phone and calls my dad. Bitch, and I know she's serious because to call from Spain to America, you had to pay for it, like, out of pocket. She's dead serious. And she's calling my dad and telling him everything, like, what I just been up to, like, how I faked my grades, how I just stole from the mall, how I just like to be outside, just how I was doing as a kid. And so my dad was like, fucking right. Send her ass over here, because she knew that I wasn't going to play with my dad like I was playing with her. It wasn't even that I was playing with her. It's just that I don't have no excuse for myself. That's just how I needed a change. And so life is already written, really. Tomorrow's already written. You can't do anything to change nothing. This is what was supposed to happen, and it happened. So now they're getting everything set and finalized, you know. My dad is saying how he's going to buy the ticket, and, you know, he will call my mom back and let her know, like, what the fuck's up and shit like that. It took my dad, like, I don't know if a good month or something, you know, call back with the date of my flight and shit like that, which was August 11th, 2011, or August 8th, or August 8th, 2011. I just know it was in 2011, bitch. I was devastated when that nigga called back with the actual plane date for me to get on it by myself. Just a one-way ticket. Bitch, I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. And so for a whole month, I knew that I was going, you know, to America. So now I'm really outside. Now I'm really like, nah, you finna send me? You finna send me? I'm finna be outside. I'm finna enjoy the rest of my days. The fuck? The fucking right, I enjoyed the rest of my days. I was outside with my friends. I was outside living it up. But August comes, and bitch, it's time for me to go. So it's early in the morning, you know, I'm already packed and shit like that. I had anxiety. I was crying. I was, bitch, having the worst day of my fucking life. Like, I had already said bye to my friends and everything. It was so emotional the night before because, bitch, we were so dramatic. And I mean, clearly there's a reason to be like, bitch, I'm leaving forever. Like, I don't even know when the fuck I'm coming back, if I'm coming back. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all again. Like, I didn't know nothing. I was so devastated and depressed. Like, I just remember those feelings. I don't ever want to feel that shit again in my life. My aunt actually had came and picked me and my mom up so she could take us to the airport or whatever. It was my mom, my aunt, my sister, and me. I just remember my mom saying like, damn, the feeling that this little girl must have in her body right now has to be devastating. Like, I remember those same exact words to this day. That's exactly what she said while we were in the car riding to the thing. And I'm just thinking like, wow, like this, like she really did this shit to me. Like, wow, I was pissed. Like, I was so mad at my mom. I was so mad, but I was sad too that I was leaving her. We're eating breakfast at the airport and shit, and bitch, I'm still depressed as fuck. Like, you know when it, like, that cry is right here, like, and you're trying not to cry and be dramatic the whole time because you done already cried. So it's like, you're not trying to look like no bitch. It was just right there the whole time. And so now it's time to depart. Now it was time to go, bitch. I'm going by myself. I'm going through a little thing, and they all three of them are just standing there. You know, I gave everybody a hug, said bye, I love you, whatever. And they all just, my mom's bawling, my sister's definitely crying, my aunt's crying, bitch. I want to cry just thinking about it. I'm not lying, like this was the worst day of my life. That's crazy. Just even thinking, because I'm putting myself in my shoes back then. Oh my God, emotional bitch. I don't feel like this at all anymore, y'all. Excuse me. The thing, I have the ability to put myself in anybody's shoes and feel exactly what they're feeling. Like when they're telling me a story or when, you know, I don't know. I'm just such a fucking empath. So I literally, what I just did just now, the reason why I'm like this is because I just put myself in my same exact shoes. Like I literally just drove myself all the way back to 2011 and put myself in my 14-year-old body. And I just remember like all those feelings were just, bitch, I don't know. At that point, I'm bawling myself and I'm just saying bye to all of them. And so I get to the other side of, you know, the other side where they can't be there anymore. So I'm sitting there waiting on a plane, and in my head I'm thinking, you real life don't have to catch this plane. You didn't pay for this. You didn't ask for this. You didn't want this. You don't want to get on a plane. So you don't have to. You feel me? You don't have to do anything. I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and went to the bathroom, called myself hiding. Because in my head, I'm like, I'm really not going to catch this plane. I'm really not gonna catch this plane. I'm sitting here, but I don't have to. I could just say I missed it. After about like 15 minutes in a bathroom reflecting, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Something in me that made me get out the bathroom because, bitch, it wasn't me. Like, I promise it wasn't me because I loved my life in Spain. I loved my friends. I loved, like, my family. I loved just everything. I loved my whole life. Something literally got inside of me. Something told me to fuck off the bathroom and go get on that plane. I did. I got out the bathroom, I got on the plane, and by the time we was in the air, I started thinking again, I'm like, nah, it's late for real, like, wow. It's a 9-hour flight, y'all. It's not like a 9-hour drive, and you know how much anxiety I have? I can't be on a plane for no fucking 9 hours. I did it, though. I did it several times, but nowadays, I'll probably have to take some shit to, like, put me the fuck out. I can't, bitch. If I die in the air, then I'ma be sleep. I'll never know I died. It wasn't even a direct flight, bitch. It was a connect flight. I think I stopped in New York, then I went to Atlanta, and I traveled by myself. Like at 14, it was all by myself. But when I got to New York, my dad was supposed to be waiting for me, and he was, but I couldn't find him, so I was just sitting down on my suitcase or whatever, just with the intercom people. I'm just saying like my dad's name. I'm like, I didn't even have like a phone. Like that's the thing. I had a phone, but it was from Spain. So from like phones from Spain, you can't really call to America back then, at least, unless you had paid for it out of pocket. And bitch, just the service in general, like it wasn't working at the airport. There was nothing I could do with my phone. So I gave these niggas my dad's phone number, and I also made them call my dad on the intercom. And so my dad came, he got me from where I was at. We got on the next flight to Atlanta, and to be continued. That's how I ended up getting sent the fuck to America. The whole way I was already moving had to do with me coming to America, but the last straw was this right here, this stealing shit. Girl, I know it's a 6-hour difference from Spain and America, so when I got to Atlanta and stuff, it's like when everybody was sleeping, I was awake. When I was awake, everybody was sleeping. Times that I had by myself, because here in America I moved in with my dad, my stepmom, and my brother and my sister. Not the sister that I had in Spain, but I have another sister. My sister in Spain actually stayed in Spain. She didn't come to America till like a year after because she just couldn't do it. She missed, you know, the queen too much, and you know, she was like, there's no purpose if she's not here, then bitch, I'm going to America. And so she came in a year after, but that's another story. I just remember being real depressed when, especially the times that I did have when I was by myself alone thinking, just up. I would cry my eyes to sleep. Like, I would sit there in front of the window and I would pray to God, like, anyway, like, find a way to get me back the fuck home. I don't want to do this. Like, I didn't know anybody. Nothing. I didn't want to go to school there. I didn't want to speak English. I didn't want to have an accent. I just wanted to just continue living my life. And it wasn't that. My life was, you know, calling for a change. So God gave me exactly what I needed. Just like every time I need something, he's there. That's the story time. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to give this a big thumbs up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Loving Dream with 2 G's and 2 M's as in mommy. Don't forget, because I'm doing these weekly shout outs. I'm gonna start doing the weekly shout outs on my next video, literally at the end of the video. So you have to stay tuned the whole video to see who got the shout out at the end. Okay? Okay. I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. I walk with a limp, bitch, and look at my hip. You talking your shit, then I'm busting your lip. I am a vibe, I'm a wavy little bitch. Fuck what you think, bitch, your hair look like shit.